doesn't love a pinata? There's nothing more satisfying than cracking one open and being showered with candy. I'm making a bat pinata for my Halloween party. It's also going to be a great centerpiece. To get started, blow up balloons of a couple different sizes. One for the body, one for the head. A balloon pump makes this much easier on your lungs. I'm using a 12-inch balloon for the body and a 9-inch balloon for the head. And before you paper mache, great tip is using a cooking spray like this and spraying the whole balloon. That way as it's drying, it won't suck your layers into the center. Using a jar helps to keep the mess contained and makes it a little easier to work. So make sure that your paper mache mixture, which is 2 parts white glue, to 1 part water, and your balloon are close to each other because this can get messy. Taking individual strips of newspaper, saturate with the glue and water mixture. The wetter this is, the smoother your pinata will be. So lay the strips right on the balloon and keep working. Use the brush to smooth down that glue mixture. Crisscross the strips. Ultimately, you'll be applying 4 layers of newsprint, letting it dry in between. Really, it's a quick project. It's just the drying time that gets you. Okay, I've got 4 layers dry and ready. This is already pretty solid. And I'm gonna cover it with black tissue strips. Cut a bunch of black tissue strips, just like this, and apply them the same way as the newspaper strips. And for the tissue, you can do 1 or 2 coats. Really, as long as you're covering up the newspaper, that's just enough. The smaller balloon over here will be the head, and once I finish covering the body with black tissue, I'll move on to that and cover it with black strips as well. You could use this process to make a pinata for any season: a snowman, a bug, a summer pinata, a birthday pinata, a New Year's pinata. All my layers are completely dry, and you can see this beautiful shiny finish that the glue mixture gives it. Cut a hole about 3 inches in diameter around the base of the balloon. Make sure to cut a hole big enough for all the candy you want to fit inside. Before you put the candy in, poke a hole with a scissor, and this hole just needs to be big enough for whatever cord you're using. I'm using sash cord. It's very strong, and a lot of pressure gets put on this when it's being whacked at. A great solution, so this doesn't just fall right off the string, is to tie your sash cord to a little dowel like this. Feed this inside the body, and thread this end through the hole in the top. Lock in that dowel. Once this is secure, fill it up with your favorite candy. Once he's nice and full, add the head to seal it up. For the head, just make a little snip near the tail. The head will go right here. Just use some strong black tape like this. Rip this into thinner strips. Pop this guy on. I've taped on the head, so now I'll cut the wings. These can just be free-handed. They don't have to be perfect. I've already got one here, so I'm going to make them symmetrical. Trace the wing. This is just a heavy black paper. It's about 20 inches by 30 inches. Wings are cut. Tape them on, both on the top and the bottom. Now he can fly, but can he hear? Cut a couple of little ears out of your scrap, a triangle and a matching second ear. Fold the bottom of the ear and make a small cut. You can stick it on just like this. And there's one more step before we finish all of these seams with paper mache. You can download this clip art at marthastewart.com, or you could always make your own. 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, and some fangs. Apply the face with more of your glue and water mixture. So make sure that all of the edges stick down, and if you're having trouble with that, you can always apply a little bit more of the glue and water mixture over the top. Now those tiny little nostrils, and of course the fangs. So now, work your way around all of the seams, applying more black tissue strips so that you have seamless transition between ears and head and body. and wings. He's all done, and isn't he beautiful? I hung him up and with a little monofilament made sure he was flying. I'll have to make another one for the party because I'm gonna whack this one open.